Hi everyone! During the Christmas break, I have posted a short video asking you to choose three of the earrings for you to choose from so that I can make a full video tutorial for that. They are number one, the three piercing illusion, is this one. And number two, the front facing hoops with black oxidized and yellow gold fill. The third one is the Isabella earrings. And the answer is tied between number one and number two. So here I'm writing it on the paper, number one and number two. We're going to choose it here right now in front of you together. Okay, let's just shake. Let's see. The winner is. This is so much fun. Oh, number one. All right. So it's the triple stud illusion earrings. All right, let's get to work. This is 11 centimeter wires in sterling silver. I prefer to use it in 18 gauge. However, if you would like to use 20 gauge or 16 gauge, it may be interesting to see the different result at the end. These wires have two Sharpie markings that divide the wire into three equal lengths, so it will guide where I will bend the wire. Be sure to avoid sharp angles. You want to have soft curves. Using round nose pliers tip works perfectly for this task. For the stud, I'm using a 1 centimeter length of 20 gauge wires. If you prefer, you can substitute it with 21 gauge wire. It's especially comfortable for newly pierced ears. One side of the stud needs to be flat for soldering. To do this, I'm filing it down using a diamond disc on a Dremel. Next, let's prep the components for a small soldering work. I put everything on a borax dish, coating the pieces and set those up on the soldering block. Here, let me show you in person how to set it up on a soldering block. The stud will be soldered on the hump. So the cross lock tweezer on the left is holding the three lines wire perpendicularly. The one held by the third hand is holding the stud. I'm applying the second borax coating, and I use my right hand to pick up and apply the solder and left hand to hold the torch. So heating up the solder separately and apply it on the gap while keep firing. The soldering work is finished. It didn't melt as fast as I thought, but it is successful work nonetheless. Once done, I plunged the piece into a citric acid solution and let it soak for about 10 minutes. Now let's check the soldering and clean up the wire with cotton cloth. I'm also adjusting the lines to make sure that it has the same distance from one another and the curve needs to have the same width. Using chunky 3-step pliers, I'm going to round these 3 wires hoops. Also, when you are bending the wire, be careful to curve the lines on the good direction because the earrings need to be in mirror image. So make sure the curve that has a bump on the left one needs to be on the right bump, and on the right earrings need to be on the left bump, something like that. I hope that you understand what I mean. I'll show you in the picture later how it looked like at the end. All right, next step, I'm rounding all the edges of the wire using a burr cup bit. This is 2 millimeter burr cup I think. Very useful for a person who works with wire all the time. You can also, of course, rounding it up manually. There's a tool for that. You need to look it up on the market. For you who hasn't have the power tools, don't worry, you can always do everything by hand. And lastly, to harden the shape, I'm hammering it on a mandrel. I also hammer texture the piece using my frets hammer. Please be careful when you are shaping anything using mandrel because of its cone shape. You can very easily to shape the earrings into a different diameter. So if you want to avoid it, you can mark your mandrel with any Sharpie and you cannot hammer less or more than that area. I'm going to move the camera closer to show you how I hammer these wire earrings one by one. I'm giving it a good texture. At the same time, I also adjust the shape and make sure that the both of these pieces have the same diameters. Width between the wires have to be the same and also the curve. I like to keep the wire very far apart as you can see, but you can also make it different. Maybe you want to make it closer or too close, one far. Everything is about your taste. When a silver wire is hardened, normally it has a springy feel on it. So I'm checking the hardness of the wire earrings and I feel like it's quite ready to be polished. I'm making the last adjustment of the curve. Here, let me show you what I mean by a mirror image. Right now, I'm hardening the stud by twisting the stud using this pair of parallel pliers. And lastly, using ZAM polishing compound, I'm going to polish this piece to shine. This last step, you guys, is optional. On my first year or two, I don't have a power tool and I never polish any of my jewelry. All I used was a clean cotton cloth and a little bit of soap, and that's it. So for you who don't have a power tool yet, don't be discouraged. You can buy this polishing cloth that's already permeated with a soft abrasive powder. You can be using this for polishing silver or gold filled. So this is it, the secret reveal tutorial of my 3 piercing illusion earrings. Yesterday we had a little bit of sunshine in this cold winter weather, so I can shoot this with natural light. This piece is available not only in sterling silver, but also in rose gold and yellow gold filled. I'm going to leave the link on the description below for you to look at the finished diameter and all other details. Okay, so this is the end of the video. While I don't expect you to completely copy my work, let me once again encourage you, and for sure I know that you can find your own style. And when you find one design that you love and describe your personality, it's like an overflowing joy. I know that this way may be harder, but I promise you, every hard work always pays off. Please take care, please be kind, and click the thumbs up. I also love to read comments from you. Any feedback welcome, and I'm so sorry for those of you who have left comments that I haven't replied just yet. Actually, to be honest with you, I'm very spaced. I have 2-3 projects in the same time, and sometimes I didn't even finish one. So please be patient with me. Please subscribe if you have not done so. Happy crafting, and I'll see you on the next video. Goodbye. I don't know if you noticed, I'm still wearing the Squid Game pendant necklace. I love it so much. It's in yellow ghost field. If you would like to make one of these, tune in to my video from last week where I will show you how to make this pendant along with the 2 earrings that is Squid Game inspired. So I will link the video link in the screen, and voila.